All right, so I am hanging out here with my zg123s Kubota zero turn. I'm going to be changing the oil in the hydrostatic transmission, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It's super simple. Let's get into it. So this is optional, guys, but I like more room when I'm underneath there. So raise your mower up, put some blocks underneath there, and also on the front tires. But make sure whatever height you have back here, you want the same in the front because you want your mower level, okay? Also, the back here has a hydrostatic transmission bypass lever right here. You want to make sure that's on bypass, so you want to pull that back and put it on bypass. And there's one on the other side also. Another very important thing, make sure your emergency brake is on. Okay, you don't want this thing rolling around or rolling off the blocks while you're underneath there. Okay, so let's get started. So now we're under here. What we have to do is take this cover off, and on the opposite side we have another cover right here. There's oil filters under here. So we're going to take these bolts off. You got here, and on the other side also. And then we're going to clean this area out. We're going to blow it out here, get all the grass and everything out of here so everything's cleaner. And there's one more right here. It's already loose. There we go. Ooh, a lot of crap under here. Most of these hydrostatic transmissions that they use on the zero turns, they're very much similar, all of them. And the procedure is pretty much the same, but you're going to have to check your manual, of course. This one here is a hydro gear. And then one more back here. And as you can see, there's a lot of junk under here. So if you can, get yourself an air hose and start cleaning all that grass and stuff under there. Especially around the filters. Okay, so get yourself a pan or a bucket or something. This is like a 2-gallon bucket I got under here. The total oil that's in here, and I'll tell you what oil to put back in. The total oil is 4.8 liters. That's roughly 5 quarts. So you're going to have 2.4 liters of oil in each transmission here, on each side. So roughly 2.5 quarts of oil is going to come out of here when I take this filter off. And it looks like I'm going to need a different wrench. Okay, once it's loose, take your wrench off, get your bucket under there. And let it drain. And like I said, you should have about 2.5 quarts come out of this side, or about 2.4 liters. Okay. You don't want to take your filter off right away because it might just come shooting out of there. Okay guys, so this is the filter. I'm going to put the part number to this right here. Now, I purchased these a couple years ago so I can do this eventually. The part number may have changed since then, so you're going to have to find out if it's the right part, if it's still the right part number, but I'm sure they'll have a cross reference. So put a little oil on your finger, clean oil, and put it on the gasket of the new filter. And then we're going to clean up where the gasket seats up against on the transmission. Okay, so we got to clean up the area where it seats. No, we don't want any grass or dirt in there. Okay, that should do it. And we'll get the new filter on there. There we go. And you just want to hand tighten these. Okay, it's usually 3/4 of a turn, but hand tightening is good. So once you've finished your first side, go to your second side and just repeat the same procedure. Take the filter off, let it drain, and clean it up real good. Oil up the filter and put the new filter on. So after you're done tightening the filter, you want to put your cover back on the filter. So you got 1, 2, and 3 bolts here. Do not over tighten them. Remember, you're just tightening down a plastic cover. If you tighten them down too much, the plastic's going to break. They just they need to be nice and snug, that's all. And do the same thing on the other side. Right here. Okay, so on each side of the transmission, you're going to have this
Allen head
bolt right here, okay? That is a vent cap, is what I think that's what they call it. Anyways, it acts as a vent. What we're going to do is we have to take these off. So we're going to get a wrench in there. And I would suggest tapping it in, make sure it's in really good. And I'm gonna put a little leverage on there and take that off. We're gonna take this off like that, okay? And keep that aside and don't get it dirty. Now the same thing on the other side. All right, we're gonna make sure that's on there. That should do it. All right, just like that, and put that one aside. All right, so on the back of your machine, you're going to have a reservoir tank back here. Get a nice funnel.
So the oil they recommend is a 20W50 motor oil, and I picked up this Valvoline, and it also has to have an API rating of SL. So this one worked out really good for me.
Now we're going to get our oil. This is where we're going to fill it from here. Those caps we just removed from the transmission, the vent caps, that's exactly what they are. We took those caps off. Now as I'm pouring it in, both sides of those transmissions are going to start filling up, and the air that's in there is going to start venting out of those holes, basically. Okay, so we know it holds 4.8 liters. That's 5 gallons. I have 5 gallons right here. I bought an extra quart right here just in case, you know, to kind of top it off after. Always good to get a little extra. So now basically we're going to start pouring it in here, and when this is pretty much empty, I'm going to start watching those vent holes, and once they start coming out of the vent hole, then I'll close up the vent holes there, and we know they're full. Okay? The oil's pretty thick, so it's going to take a little time to go down there into the transmissions. Just keep an eye as you're pouring it. You're not going to fill and overfill this thing and, you know, make a mess, basically. All right, so I am almost done with this 5-gallon. There's a little more left in here. Now what I need to do is get under there and start watching if the oil's coming out. So even if you have a little bit left, don't fill this thing all the way up because it might end up all coming out from the bottom. Just keep putting it in little by little when you're almost done with this. And once the oil starts coming out of that vent hole down there underneath, you're full. Okay, as you can see, we got oil coming out. Now we can put our cap back on. And now we can tighten it up. There. We filled up the reservoir. We kept filling it until the oil came out, and then come out of this side first because the hose is closest to this side. So once it's coming out of that transmission, we put the vent cap back on. Kept filling until the other side filled up. It didn't take much more because the tube is longer for the other side. That side filled up. We closed that up. Now we can close up our reservoir. What we're going to do now is we're going to lower it back down to the ground. I'm going to start it up. Give it a little whirl around the front of the garage here. Get that oil worked in. And then we're going to check the fluid here, and it should be on cold. Okay, there's a little mark on here. It's about maybe a 1/4 inch or a centimeter or so off from the bottom of the tank where it says cold full. That's where we want it. That's where we're going to fill it up to. So once you bring your mower back down to ground level, what you're going to do here is you're going to make sure you get your HST bypass lever and put it back on normal operation like that, and the same thing on the other side. And now we're ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this reservoir. Right now it's empty completely. I was going back and forth to make sure that it's going through the filters, because we have those filters to fill up yet too. And now I can fill that up, drive it around a little bit, and if you're cutting grass, it'll run just fine the way it is, but they want it to make sure when it's cold, it's topped off to where it says cold. Or when you're done, park it. At the end you get cold, everything get nice and cold. Then check it and make sure it's at the cold level. It's about 1/4 inch or a centimeter off from the bottom of the reservoir. And that's it, guys. There's not much else to do. Now I got nice fresh oil. This thing is beat up. I got 440 hours. Yeah, 440 hours on this thing. I'm cutting 5 to 7 acres, depending how many hours I feel like cutting grass. So this thing's pretty beat up. It looks like a mess, but I always maintain it. I've changed the belts, the drive belts, the lawn deck blades belt, all the basic manual. Change the oil every year. I change the oil. Every spring, I change the oil in it, whether it needs it or not. Engine oil, that is. The transmission oil, on the manual it says every 400 hours. So I got 440. I was a little over, but it didn't look too bad coming out. And that's the thing about these. Rather than me going out right now and spending 5, 6, 7,000 on a new zero turn for a kind of an okay one, because back in 2013, I think, when this was brand new, it was like $5 grand, and that's a lot of money. That's just a lot of money. So there's nothing wrong with this thing as long as you keep it up, change the oil. Like I said, I've replaced the belts on this thing, drive belt and the blade belts. I've replaced the starter on this thing, the solenoid for the starter also, and just kept up with general maintenance. I've replaced a couple of pulleys too that hold the tension on the belts. The bearings are going out on them. Oh, and there's a really dumb design. I'll put a video to that right up here. It's the clutch stop. It's the clutch that drives your blades. There's just a little piece of metal hanging onto that clutch, and the tip of that thing broke and spun that clutch around, ripped the wires out and everything. I was a little upset. Very bad design. But you have to change those every 200 hours. So maintenance on these things every 200 hours are the belts and that stop clutch. Again, that'll be up here. Check it out for that video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.